Yeah, I know. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something. Yeah, I know. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something. Yeah, I know. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something. Yeah, I know.
What's good, everybody? I'm gonna let this run one more time and then we can get this nice and started. Thank you all for tuning in. I know this is not the usual Sunday, but we're gonna be doing a damn thing on a Saturday. Appreciate you being here. Yo, 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 Angelo's in the building. Last run up, and I'm gonna let that pull through, guys, and we get it started.
Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
I did say it was gonna be the last time. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another Freestyle Sunday. I'm Mike, your host. Super glad that you guys are here or in the building. First of all, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I know this is not the usual Sunday that we do things, but things are a little hectic out here in New York, and there's a possibility if I were to wait until Sunday, it'd be way later than 8 p.m. And I know a lot of people have things to do, work the next day, and I don't want to miss a week, so it's very important that we keep a flow on what we're doing. So just going to be hollering at everybody that's here, right? We got, let's see, I'll pull you guys up on the screen first before anything. So just want to give you guys a quick heads up. I did release a new video this week. If you can, definitely hit that thumbs up. Go watch it. Drop a comment. I'd appreciate it. Helps a lot. But I do have a very nice surprise for you all because Stella is back. I know you guys were here last time. She was supposed to be on, and she was not able to make it because I'd say a little bit of a mishap. So if you see that I am facing the other way, I'm just doing my matrix things, guys. So bear with me a little bit. There we go. Nice. Man, I'm getting like really smooth with this, doing it pretty quick. Yeah, so I'll be pulling up some comments just saying hello. What's up? Life Research is in the building. Mike Set looking sexy. Yo, yeah, man, you totally inspired me in the last Sunday stream on how it looked. But I gotta say, I'm put to shame again because I just saw Stella set up before even coming on. She got it nice and lit. Looks really good, and she looks good. So let's see who else we got here. We have Governor D Nice, our usual suspect. What's good, man? Glad you tuned in. I was afraid that some people would not see that we are going on live, but again, awesome to see you here. Always appreciate it. And of course, we got wifey here. Life Without a B is in the building. And yeah, man, let's see here. Buds Tusano? I don't know. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Angelo, by the way, I know you were on last time. I really dug your setup and how it looks. So any feedback you got for me on how I set it up this time around, let me know if it looks any better, if it's a little bit more ambient. I did order some colored lights. They're going to be coming, so that's going to be pretty cool. Very excited to actually have that on there. And hopefully I get my background a little bit better looking as we go. All right, guys, I'm going to keep this pretty short because we have a lot to cover with Stella tonight, a lot to talk about, and one of the best thing about having her on, she's pretty much like an open book, very chill, very laid back lady. I'd say girl. I hate using the term lady, kind of weird. So if you have any questions, definitely drop them in the chat. I'll be able to kind of pull up any of your questions and answer them while we're going. Let's see what we got. All right, guys, let's welcome Stella. There we go. Look at that. Smooth, man. Hopefully I unmuted you and myself. What's up, Stella?
Hey, now I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it muted. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming through tonight.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Really
Is this a
appreciate it.
good angle? Should I like scoot over a little bit or
No, the
maybe
way.
this way?
No, you're perfect. Looks
Yeah.
great.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't be nervous now. We've been chatting before the stream, guys. So
Yeah.
So one good thing here, guys, I got a lot of feedback. Last time we had Laura Kraft in the building, and a lot of people thought that I was going to be very easy on her. Again, very respectable place on what we do here. Oh, also we got my boy Five Up Steve. What's up, man? So if you guys have any question you want to throw up, definitely drop it in the comment section. We'll definitely be replying to everybody. So yeah, so Stella's based out of New York, guys. You know what? Let me just give you the floor so you can do your own thing and you can just introduce yourself instead of me talking. They've heard enough of my bullshit.
So
All right, let's cut you in. There you go. All you.
should I introduce myself here?
Yeah, it's up to you. Tell them whatever you want. This is your time to shine.
Well, anyway, first of all, thank you, Mike, for inviting me to this streaming session. This is my first time I've ever done anything like this on a platform like this.
That's what they all say, guys.
And also like having to like kind of talk about myself to a bunch of people who I'm not even looking at. It's a little weird, but so I got to know Mike through motorcycle community since we're all motorcycle riders. So I am a motorcycle rider living and working out of New York City. I've been here since 2010. I'm a Korean expat, I guess I should say. I'm from South Korea. Um, but I had this motorcycle obsession since like 2007. That's when I first started riding.
Stella, I'm gonna hold you up there, guys. Just so you know, obsession is not even the word, guys. I spoke to her yesterday. Okay, you can laugh all you want, but I'm gonna tell them the story because we're gonna cover everything, guys. I spoke to her yesterday. Okay, so she picked up a Street Fighter, a 2013, like spanking new 2013 Street Fighter, and dope bike. Actually, one of the bike that I really wanted myself for a very long time. Yesterday, I spoke to her and the storm was coming. I'm like, I don't know if it's a good time for you to ride. She still went out. She still went out. She's like a savage. I would not even dare to be out on the road in this time around. So yeah, I'll let you finish.
Where was I? so yeah, I've been a biker since then, and that passion has been going strong. I've gone through multiple motorcycles. Last 5 years, I started riding Ducati because, like for a lot of people, Ducati is like a dream bike. And my first Ducati was, old Ducati Monster 750.
Wait, don't give them everything. She's gonna tell you guys an entire story. Now this was just a little taste, so they know who you are. Pretty much it, guys. What's up, Kels? Kels is in the building. Always nice to see him. So, Stella. Okay, so what we'll do is I really wanted you to do a little bit of an intro, get them to know who you are, what you do, and what you love about. So I'll put up both of us on the screen, and from this point on, then we can kind of cover things. It'll be a little bit more of a back and forth, guys.
Easier that way.
That way it doesn't put you on the spot awkwardly while you're answering all questions.
Yeah, because I can go on and on, like having a whole biography out.
So, guys, yeah, so Stella's definitely an avid rider out here through New York. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, Stella, is that how do you fare in riding through New York City? What it's like being a lady, a girl riding? I want to kind of get your heads up regarding it and stuff like that. What do you find some of the challenges are? And I might be jumping in between as you answer, so just a heads up. So go ahead. Yeah.
First of all, I have to say my beginning years of riding in New York was really tough.
Okay.
I was, actually, before getting a Ducati Monster, I had opportunity to ride other sport bikes in New York.
Okay.
But that was like that. At that time, I wasn't commuting on motorcycle, but my commute on motorcycle started with Ducati Monster. I have to say, I learned over time that, like going out there riding in this city traffic is like kind of like going out in a battlefield. So a lot of people will be like, oh, like when you go out, enjoy the ride, blah, blah, blah. But for me, I kind of like learned that I needed to have like a 1000% of like, alert. Like I was never listening to music or, have like communication device connected to my helmet for, like taking phone calls. When I'm like out there riding on a bike, I had to be concentrated, like fully on the road because it's very hectic. And I mean, like my friends will say this too, but like, when you're out there, you feel you're like, you got to ride like everybody's out to get you. So I kind of adapted that kind of riding style, when I'm out there in traffic, just get out of the traffic as fast as I can, and never riding right next to the cars. And I, I've been like, liberally just like, what do you call it? Lane splitting and white lining, whatever you call it. I actually got in trouble for doing that, but I do them liberally because I find them to be safer tactic for motorcycle riders. I know there's like an argument about that. Um, I really support that. That it's done by a lot of motorcycle riders for their own safety.
So
Um,
here's the funny thing, right? You want to hear something funny? You mentioned how you're focused when you're writing. You don't listen to music. You don't listen to anything.
yeah.
I'm the complete opposite. Maybe it's possible because I've been doing this for so long, and I'm like,
Oh,
um, actually, I'm finding it like my natural element when I'm out riding in New York City. If you speak to
oh,
anybody that I ride with, they will tell you, "Hey, you ride through this as if it's normal." I guess
mhm,
I've kind of wrapped my head around it.
mhm.
Ideally, for me, what I tend to do when I'm out through Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, or whatever, I got music blasting or whatever. It's like a
Oh,
jamming session. But if I go to
oh,
Bear Mountain, Hawks Nest, or anywhere like that, I'm riding twisty roads,
oh,
something that's sweeping. I have no
mhm,
music. It's total focus because it's different.
oh,
Isn't that weird how both of us both approach of are completely
oh,
opposite?
yeah. Wow, wow. I see. I've had a lot of close calls, with like cars on the road.
Okay.
Like just taxi cab just like swerving in, cutting me off. I mean, I did have many, many close calls where I thought, oh, I really have to be careful here. Like my eyes have to be all over, surrounding my bike, because you never know what's around you that's going to do something suddenly, like, like out of place. And, even though I'm riding perfectly, it's outside surrounding that could, like harm me. Like this is what happened
I,
last
I
November
was just gonna
when I
ask
got,
you. I was gonna
yeah,
ask
yeah,
you.
sideswiped
Was
by a
that
car.
how it happened with you
Yeah,
and the other bike? Would you say?
I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask you. Do you think that's how you got into that mind state with the scrambler? Right? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, yeah, but with Scrambler, I have to say, um, I got very comfortable. Scrambler bike itself is a very like easy to ride, comfortable, riding position motorcycle. So riding that for like a few years, I got very comfortable. Um, never got in any accidents except like when I like dropped the bike or something like that. Okay, one time I was riding, I was white lining and I got hit by the car that was turning without the signal, but that was my fault.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, yeah, I've never had any issues with the riding scrambler. So that day when I got hit by the car, I was like just enjoying the ride, about to cross the Queensboro Bridge to go into the city, just cruising along to get on the road, get on the bridge, and then the car from behind me, that was like on the left, left lane. I was on the left lane. I was just moving along, and then he just came from behind me, and then just like pushed me out of the lane, and then just, I wiped out.
Wait. So the person technically overtook you, or because if they're coming from behind, is
Uh-huh.
that where the bike got totaled from there, from this accident, or from a different one?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that bike getting totaled is a little outrageous.
Okay.
Because the damages, I have to say, I mean, the bike wasn't like completely wrecked. Okay, so it got sideswiped and then it fell off and then it spun around on the ground and
Okay.
I fell on top of it. So there were some damages, but since like Ducati being an expensive motorcycle where things happen and then you need to work on fixing it, the parts become really really expensive. um but I think in my opinion, they just totaled it. um I still don't understand why it got totaled because they even added like a little scratch on the tire rim.
Okay.
um and then I mean I took that as a really like big surprise when it got totaled because I was like, waiting to just fix my bike and then like, like move on. But
Well, so the thing is about a bike getting totaled. So guys, just to kind of give you a
yeah,
little bit of reference point here. Stella rides, she enjoys the road and kind of go back and forth and stuff like that. She's not actually, let me kind of preface this by saying initially when we started talking about her coming on the stream, she was a little bit hesitant, and that was right after Steve came on, and we had like a lot of technical talk and stuff that kind of scared her a little bit. So that kind of totally scared. She was like, "But it's not all about technical. I'm not.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
really
yeah.
take my bike apart and stuff." We had like a whole long conversation. I'm like, "No, no, no, it's not. That's not how most conversation goes. Where we all just talk about taking the bikes apart and stuff like that. It's pretty much
Mhm.
tailored to whoever's here and what's going on." So to preference this,
Mhm.
she's more of a rider, less of a mechanic. So understandably so, not
Right.
everybody kind of wrench. So does it kind of explain a
Yeah.
little bit regarding the bike getting totaled? Whether
Yeah.
I think it's Ducati or not,
Mhm.
whenever a bike gets hit or dumped, most likely it's gonna be marked as total because I think
Mhm.
outside of the parts, labor tend to play a major role when your bike gets dropped or you go down or something
Yeah.
like that. Because in most cases, they have to look and check to see if everything is completely okay. And for them to kind of do that, having to de-layer the bike as you're working on it. Basically, you're taking everything apart to kind of see what's going on. That amount of work could take so many hours, and then hourly adding that to the cost of
Uh-huh.
the labor and the parts, that stuff
Uh-huh.
kind of accumulates very quickly. And ideally, most bikes are between 10 to 25,000. Once you're nearing like 6, 7,000, I think insurance
Yeah.
companies tend to kind of look at it like, oh, we're like 25, 30% of the
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, those expenses, the estimate that I got was just like way out of proportion, in my opinion, because they added like every single thing they saw that, wasn't like a brand new condition. But you know what? I'm okay because at that point I was, I had a discussion with a friend who, who suggested to me, like you were about to, you were like overdue to get the what is it, the
The valve
decimal
service.
service, decimal service
Yeah.
for scrambler that would have cost you more than $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then I, at that time, I had a leaky fork, and that also needed fixing. So, uh, bike did have issues. So, like my friend talked me into like, oh, maybe it's a time to get a new bike. So maybe this could be a good opportunity for you to switch up or get something different. So, yeah, that's how this unfolded, this thing with the Street Fighter unfolded.
Okay. I mean, which makes perfect sense. I think that's one of the biggest scare when we're talking about Ducati. Once everyone's nearing the valve service, the decimal service is coming up. It's always a thing that to consider. If you notice, a lot of the Ducati bikes, they go on sale once they're reaching 10,000,
Oh yeah,
15,000
I
because the
heard.
person rather just instead of spending 2 grand on the
Right.
decimal service, they
Yeah,
rather sell it and jump into a new bike kind of thing.
exactly. I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get that quite a bit. But
Yeah.
so just to kind of jump on something a little bit more positive, I want to kind of just before I go any further, guys, if you're tuning in, you're watching the stream now, or you're watching it after a day after, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Definitely help with the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel. It's something that we do here every week. We do a live stream, drop YouTube shorts, and we also do motor vlogs for the people that does enjoy watching those content. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that every 20 minutes. So just kind of quick heads up. So one thing I wanted to talk about too, Stella, I think that's pretty cool, is the fact that not only I know you ride in New York mainly, that's like your base camp, but you've done a lot of really cool trips that's out of Cali. You've done what do they call it, BMW riding track day
Um,
school. You want to walk us through some? She's smiling already. So I'm
um,
assuming you want to talk about those. I want to hear about that because
uh,
I haven't done any of those
yeah.
experiences. So it's kind of cool to hear someone else already.
Okay. Okay. Well, Mike, I can't say that I've done a lot of those cool adventures. It's just this one time in 2018, yeah, I got together with two of my friends who's out of California.
Okay.
We planned this riding on the West Coast, and yeah, I was invited, and I didn't even have to have a bike. My friend is a big time Ducati guy there. He let me ride his scrambler.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. It was a yellow and black one, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, I wish I could give you more detail on that bike, but I forgot. It's like
It's all good.
anyway, at that bike was so tall. Well, this is the thing. I have like a pet peeve with like tall bikes because in my history I dropped so many motorcycles because you know
Don't
when
say
I
that.
was
Everybody's gonna be like,
learning.
"Oh my God, he invited a girl to just drop bikes." Great.
Yeah, like I dropped so many bikes, so that's like, oh my God, you know what? This is like the last thing I want. You know, it's not. I'm not gonna enjoy. The bike had to be lower, but I just got there, realized, you know, I just got there to California to go riding with two of my friends. Everything was set up, but bike was right there, but it was too tall. So eventually it couldn't be lowered. I forgot why it couldn't be lowered, but it couldn't be lowered. So what we decided to do was take off the seat. We took off the whole seat, and then
Wow.
what we did is just place this foam, you know, like this memory foam pillow, and then somehow my friend managed to just stick it on with like a really strong adhesive or something like that. And then I rode on that bike
Okay. Okay.
almost
Hold on,
$1,000,
time out.
1,000
Time out. Time out.
miles.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta mention this because people are gonna be like, "Oh man, this guy didn't ask or anything." So here's the thing:
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
is this guy just your friend or a guy that's highly
Oh,
interested? Because he went
he
like
just
above and beyond to kind of get you to ride. See this? We gotta.
um
I gotta ask.
I have to, well, you know, I have to say, he's a really good friend.
Okay.
I met him through another friend of mine at a MotoGP. You know, like MotoGP
That was
used
the
to be
next
like,
place I was gonna go.
oh,
That's
yeah,
so good
that
you
used to
mentioned
be
that,
like
but
the
it's all good.
cutest thing for me. You know, like when I was like just growing this passion for motorcycle and everything, this MotoGP was like like the only thing that I cared about. But you know, like now that I'm older and I've been to, you know, like a few multiple GP, you know, like uh settings and all that. I've had some experiences dealing with people from MotoGP. Um, I think at this point I can say that I kind of grew out of it. um,
Wait, the races or MotoGP itself? Because outside of that, I want you to finish the story about the guy
uh-huh. Yeah,
gluing
yeah.
the scrambler so you could ride it. Because I
Yeah, that's the thing that I want to tell you
okay,
as
go
a
ahead.
woman writer, you know, I want to say he's just a friend who really support me as a
Okay.
woman writer, you know, like that I like I'm really passionate about motorcycle riding. And I notice as I am, you know, I see that many passionate male writers kind of like get a kick out of like women being a passionate motorcycle rider. It kind of like they really like that, you know, when they see a woman who enjoys this motorcycling as much as they do. So he's a friend who really like kind of supported me with this writing and, you know, kind of like enjoying the motorcycle sports. So yeah, yeah, I mean, it wasn't just me. He would have like let any, you know, like female friends who wanted to get on this trip, you know, like he would let them ride his bikes. He has like, I think in his garage, he's got like about 28 motorcycles,
Wow.
majority of them Ducatis.
So hold on one second. I'm just notified. Eve just tuned in and he mentioned if he's drunk. You're not drunk, sir. It is Saturday. We had a huge snowstorm, and I don't know if I would be able to make the stream at 8 tomorrow it would be a lot later, and I wanted to be respectful to people's time. And A and I both thought, hey, it'd be great to kind of do it Saturday. It's still called Freestyle Sunday, so you're good. What's up, Futuristic Viper? More people tuned in, so that's awesome. One other thing, and you said this guy have multiple motorcycles.
Lots of them, yeah.
Lots of them. So I've noticed this is a common trend. Most people that start into motorcycle riding, they tend to have way more than one after a period of time.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, you being a grid girl.
Oh yeah.
How did that happen, and how did you get into doing that? And I mean, there's just so much more I want to know, because now I know there's no more grid girls, which kind of sucks. I don't know why.
I think it was a bad move. The grid girls are like a good like kind of like a really exciting part of the motorsports, right? You go to the F1, there are like pretty women walking around and like entertaining.
Wait, don't use that term, pretty women. We can't use pretty women, unfortunately.
I mean, I'm for it. That's why like when they decided it's not good, I was like, you know what, they're making a really bad decision. But I got into it. I mean, you know what, I have to say I was blessed. I was very I'm very grateful, because I there was a time I once dated a MotoGP mechanic.
Okay.
I was in a relationship.
Why am I not shocked? But go on.
Yeah, of course. I met him when I went to one of these GPs. This one, I think I met him for the first time in MotoGP in Indianapolis.
Okay.
When they had like GPs, but then they discontinued. But like I will go and then I will see him. He used to work for LCR Honda, where his rider was at first it was Stefan Brattle. So I befriended him. We started talking, and he kind of like opened the doors for me to like kind of get to know these people in the MotoGP industry. I got close to the owner of LCR Honda. So as we started to date, he would invite me to come to like Spain, because that's where he's from. Then I will go, and then he will talk to his team boss, who is Lucio Techinello. I forgot his last name, but anyway, he's the owner of LCR Honda. If they will use me as a grid girl, and they'll be really happy about it, So I was given those opportunities easily. I wasn't like
wait. You said easily. Hold on, because I'm just kind of pulling up some imagery here of you through GP real quick. But yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah. So I mean, I've gotten those opportunities because I dated. I had a boyfriend who was the mechanic working for MotoGP.
Would you say some of these opportunities only open mainly because you're a girl rider, or specifically because all right, I'm scrolling through quite a few here, guys. That's not the case here. I know it probably looks sketchy. I guess these are some of the Ducati event you went through and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that was the most recent MotoGP event I attended.
And this would be the Cali trip you did.
The California trip, yeah.
Yeah, you cannot see that.
I was talking to you about.
Yeah, you can't see that. You're actually on a cushion there. I can't.
I know, yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to find. There's a grid pic that I saw that I really liked. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's at the Joshua Tree National Park. Can you see it? You see the seat? I mean, it's you can't recognize it to be like a memory foam cushion, but it was.
Well, for me it looked like just like a regular seat. I think this is more of a more GP over here also.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, that's a different
That's
one.
not GP, no.
Hold on. There's one you had, I think, with Marquez and stuff like
Oh,
that. Here it is, another
oh
one from
yeah,
GP
yeah.
also.
I think that picture was taken in Spain. That the one with the Marquez. Yeah.
So you've been to quite a few different events, right? Would you say it's just that's a
Mhm.
lot, like seeing all these opportunities come up, which is really, really cool.
Mhm.
And I think it's something that a lot of people tend to not talk about as much because
Oh,
I don't think these opportunities usually come as often for, just a guy, I'd say for a guy. Let's just kind of put it
oh,
that way.
yeah.
So
Um,
how did you manage to even become a grid girl though for that time frame? And would you say that's kind of
um,
offensive to girls? Because I see everyone's making a big deal about it,
so
but no.
it was only through LCR Honda team.
Hmm.
The connection I had was my boyfriend at the time, and also, oh, I have to mention this. But the first time they opened Circuit of America, was it 2014 or 13 at Austin?
Hmm.
Um, I went there, with a bunch of my friends from the West Coast. We were invited as a guest of Rizoma.
Okay.
And that time I met Rizoma crew for the first time. And I met the CEO of the Rizoma. His name is
Yep.
Fabrizio Migoglio. And we became friends. So it kind of got easier for me to kind of, like open the door for me to, offer myself as a grid girl,
So
because I had, this friendship with Rizoma. And usually Rizoma used to be like a main sponsor for LCR Honda.
yes.
So the grid girls will be sponsoring Rizoma with their uniforms and stuff. So yeah, I think I should say that was the connection that made it easy for me to try.
Okay.
Not only that relationship with the mechanic.
So, quick question: do you think? I mean, now I'm gonna go, I guess, a little bit. I have to at this point because we're talking about great girls, and they don't do that anymore.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
at any point, did you feel like that was something that's offensive? Because I don't think it's something that is
Uh-huh.
offensive. And also, it's not a job that they're forcing people to do. So if you see anybody being a grid girl, whether it's for F1 or for GP or something like that, it's by choice, right? Do you agree?
Right. I yeah, 100% I agree.
So
And when
why do you think
I
that
did
they took
that.
it down?
Hmm?
What's your thought
Oh,
on them stopping it and why? And I want
I
to know. Might as well just dive into that while we're here.
why did they stop it?
Hmm.
I think it had to be the fault of this liberal idea, like the constant complainers, like people who think that they're being taken advantage of, and like women are always objectified. There's this trend nowadays that's going on. That's what do you call it? Do you call it cancel culture or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it is that, but we're gonna try to try to stay away from that a little bit. But would you say so?
Okay, yeah,
The
let's not
reason
go
I
into
was
the
kind of leading
politics.
you towards this conversation, I just really wanted to get. It's always great to hear someone's opinion about this because you get like
Yeah,
people that feel
yeah.
very strongly about it, how it's negative or it's
Uh-huh,
great.
uh-huh,
And based on what you're telling me, from everything that we just spoke about,
uh-huh,
if I were to read this the right way, I'm not saying that in
uh-huh.
any kind of
Yeah.
offensive way. I'd say being a good-looking woman, right, has opened more doors, right? Right? Would you say? I mean, you got to GP, went to Italy, right? Right. What else? A guy
Um,
actually
well,
dismantled his scrambler for you to ride through California, right? Made a custom seat, like not even overnight, in a couple of hours. So I mean, let's be real here. I mean, I can't even get somebody to open the damn door for me.
Well,
I'm just
now that you
saying.
put it that way, I feel like I kind of like made myself to look that way, but I can't say no. Or the other way to look at it is maybe I knew how to, like get around and
know how to
hustle my
finesse them all.
way into, getting my
You finessed everybody.
um
I'm kidding. I'm just messing. But yeah, go on.
I
Go
know,
ahead.
but yeah, I think I kind of like brought this on myself. Yeah, I did talk like that, right? Um
I kind of put you on the spot a little bit, right? No, but okay. So I'm just gonna really back in. But would you say that it's more ideal? It's beneficial, right? Would you say, or do you find it where it's more disruptive to your writing or the community? And to be honest,
being a woman?
Huh?
Being a woman?
Yes.
No, I have to say, this motorcycling has been like the best thing that's ever happened to me. Um, I always say, motorcycling to me is not just a hobby, but it's the way of life for me. And for me, this is my independence, my confidence,
Okay.
and my strength. It makes me feel good, that I am out there on my favorite bike, just going around the city by myself, getting things done, not relying on anybody, showing others that I can do this. I'm riding this heavy bike, it's just, it's only been a positive experience for me that shaped me to be a better person, actually a stronger person as well. This really got me stronger. Another thing I can add, I told you earlier how I dropped so many motorcycles in the past. I was like scrawny, like skinny ass, like chicken leg, very skinny person who couldn't even handle like 500cc motorcycle. Like I dropped that bike so many times. It was a Buell Blast. That that urge, like, oh, I need to be able to handle this, this heavy motorcycle, got me into the fitness more, like working out and like getting stronger. That was my biggest motive of getting into weightlifting.
Okay.
And I've been working out weightlifting for the last like more than 10 years, and I got stronger. And so it's only brought good things, good aspects into my life, really.
So
Except
you'd say
for
all
like a few
positive.
times
So
I fell off the bike.
not only just writing, you managed to turn it to something more positive than that. So quick question.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, since you ride out here in New York too, just like how I do, and I mentioned to you a little bit earlier, I store my bike home. Also, if I'm out Queens, New York, working, whatever, I either put my bike in the garage or something like that. Do you tend to leave your bike out in the street? Because I've seen a slew of parking tickets that you've constantly post all the time. What's up with that?
Yeah. Because like, I don't know if you are a commuter, but when I had a scrambler, every day I was on my bike. I was always riding my bike. I got a lot of tickets for not parking. Like a parking, I figured it out. Like I know where to park. Like I don't get my bike towed. But these tickets that I got were like my license plate, because I got the fender eliminator where my license plate got tucked under my seat.
Okay.
And that made it sort of like, sort of hard to, hard for the camera to pick up or something like that. So that became an issue. I've got multiple tickets on that. And then what else? Yeah, from the visor. Yeah. Not having the visor down. I got a couple tickets there.
Oh, they got you for that? For the visor?
Yeah. And last time I got like 3 tickets with 6 points on it. I still have to deal with it. That's I gotta say it's my fault because I did kind of skip the whole line of cars in front of me and rode on the shoulder. When I got to the front, there was a cop. He pulled me over, gave me a ticket, gave me 2 more tickets for not using the blinker and disobeying some kind of a traffic device or something like that. And then
you know what's so funny? I'm thinking I'm a
Yeah.
menace when I ride, but I mean, from you,
Mhm.
what you're saying, you sound like a savage in the streets.
No,
Nope. So I'm just saying, that's a lot of
But I
tickets.
gotta tell you,
Meanwhile, I'm here.
Mike, I
I
gotta
get
tell
a
you,
couple, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna
no,
behave.
I watch how you ride, on your motor vlogs, and I like it because I'm not gonna say I'm aggressive as you are, but I do like to be aggressive when I'm out on the road because that kind of like that saves you from other problems, right? You gotta be an aggressive rider. You can't be a tame, like slow rider. Like you wanna abide by all the traffic rules and
Mhm.
like right next, right next to the cars. Like just go with the flow. I don't think that's the way to do it for motorcycle riders. So
That's one of the biggest misunderstanding, by the way. I have to kind of jump in real quick. One of the biggest misunderstanding, like everybody that rides my video, watches my videos. They always say, "Oh man, you're a bit of a menace or whatever. You're not following the rules or whatever." It's very easy for you to be behind the screen and see that and say, "All right, I don't think you're doing this right or whatever." But when you're in the moment, either you're in attack mode or you always very not in an aggressive way where you're kind of disrupting everything, but to be safe to some degree. Because I think you need to be very fluid, very like water. You're moving through the motions
right.
almost in order to kind of make it happen. But in open road, you don't have to be that way. But when you're around a lot of vehicles and stuff like that, that's very active. And you got to remember, you're riding for pleasure, or you're going for work. People are driving for work. So those are a couple of things you need to kind of know very quickly and stuff like that. But for sure, we'll definitely do a video together at some point this season and stuff, so
Yeah.
people will get a better idea of how it goes and stuff. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
so all those tickets, you're fighting all of those at once.
Some of them I paid off. I actually fought and got like a couple of tickets dismissed for the license plate.
Okay.
Yeah, I fought for it.
Here,
I still
here's
have this.
here's the trick for the license plate. Next time, if they give you a ticket for that,
Yeah.
you can take it off and put it back, the OEM one back on. Take a photo when you go to court. So you adjust it.
Oh,
You adjust it, and then of
you know
course.
what? I'm not gonna have that problem with the Street Fighter because that one right now, that one doesn't have a license plate tucked under, and I'm gonna keep it that way.
Oh, so you're gonna keep the OEM?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tuck it in.
That's what you
I
said
don't
for
want to deal
now.
with the headache. It's
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you done a lot of mods to it also. So where do you usually take your bike to kind of get work done? I know you don't do them yourself, which is fine. It's not a problem at all. But
yeah, I'm gonna yeah, when I had my Monster and Scrambler, at that time I was living in East Harlem,
okay,
and there's a shop called Psychotherapy in East Harlem. When I say psychotherapy, there are like a lot of people's like, oh, do not go there. They rip you off. They have the worst service, like I've gone there many years and they've been really good to me, So with I mean, with these 2 bikes, especially Monster and Scrambler, I went to psychotherapy majority of the time, right? And then I met a friend. I met a guy. His name is Joe. I met him through a Gotham Ducati group. He's a biker. He has like 3 Ducati motorcycles, and he's very good. He fixes his own bikes. He he's friends with Ducatis, like does the Desmo service for them and fix them. He's almost as good as like certified Ducati mechanic, I should say. So meeting him through the group, I was able to get his help with my scrambler,
Okay.
and he's done. Did he do Desmo service on that? He did a lot of things. I mean, when I do mods, problem with the forks, or when I wiped out, take my bike to him, he fixes it at a good price, and like he gives like a really attentive like care to my bike. So he's a really reliable source that I go to.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about riding out here and stuff. You meet most people that tend to do a lot of their work, and they're more than eager to kind of give a handout or kind of help, with the
Yeah.
situation. So that's kind of pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken your bike anywhere out here in like Brooklyn Moto? I think there's quite a few different local places.
Oh, yeah, just now with my Street Fighter, I took it to Brooklyn Speed. Very first time. I heard about them before, but didn't know that they were like 1 mile away from where I live. Um, I had them to replace my rear tire
Okay.
on Street Fighter. So that's how I was.
Wait.
very affiliated
Time
with the
out.
brand.
So
Uh-huh.
you had new tires on your Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Why didn't you listen to me yesterday?
Oh, you know what? Well, I thought,
I
I'll just take it easy, just got a new tire on only the rear. You know what? I have to tell you, it was the front wheel that wobbled.
Oh man, you're killing
I
me.
think I locked the front wheel this time, not the rear.
All right, so just to kind of give you guys a heads up. Okay, yesterday I spoke to Stella. I'm like, what's going on? We just touched base a little bit and kind of chat a little bit. And she was like, oh, I can't wait to get my bike. And of course there was a warning sign of like storm or it's not looking great. And I'm like suggestively making a comment instead of like telling her what to do. Of course, you guys know how that is. I'm like, I don't know if it's a great idea for you to kind of go get the bike and ride. And what did you do? What did you do?
What did I say to you? I said, oh, it doesn't look too bad.
And you
what
still
did I
went out.
say? It doesn't look too bad.
Wow, it was wild, man.
Oh man, yeah, that was sad.
I think I probably should have said, nah, you're not doing it. That would have been the better thing.
Yeah.
That
Don't
should have been like
remind me.
that should have been like, that's done.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
bike, that's
Every
it.
time this happens, this is like, it kind of like eats up on my like confidence. Like, oh man, like, oh wow, how was I not able to handle? It's like, that kind of like it. I don't know if that happens to you. If anything like that ever happens to you, like like you drop your bike or like you get in like a minor accident and like your confidence, your riding confidence level gets a little like,
Shot, a little bit shot.
right?
So here's the thing,
Yeah.
I was telling you a little bit earlier, I think what's going on is the fact that one, she just got the bike. The Street Fighter's pretty new. She had the Monster, she had the Scrambler, and then with the crash that we spoke about a little bit earlier, they told her the Scrambler, so she bought the Street Fighter. I think out of excitement that she kind of got it at one of those weird time where we're out of the season and the bike is new, you're excited. So any opportunity that opens up, you want to seize that moment. So I think one of the best thing would be like to be able to contain yourself a little bit. Cause I like yesterday when I spoke to you, I'm like, I don't know if it's a great time. And I'm like, the minute I saw the clip when you sent to me, I'm like, fuck, I should have told her, nah, I stayed home. I should have said it. But I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be a great idea, but I should have. But the thing is, it's a growing process. It's a learning opportunity. Again, if it's not just you, so I don't want you to feel that way. When I spoke to you the first time about where the back kind of lost traction a little bit and it kind of wobbled a little bit. It's one of those things when certain things happen to you on the road. it
Uh-huh.
chip away at anybody, not just a girl or a guy. These experiences
Yeah,
happen to everybody,
yeah,
and it you
yeah,
can either
yeah.
grow from it or you can kind of be like
Uh-huh.
really let it impact you in a really negative way. I don't, you don't have those vibes, so I don't think that's gonna happen to you. But just patience, patience.
Yeah, I'll definitely take your advice.
It's coming around soon, and we'll be able to ride. You'll be able to ride. So there's gonna be tons of great time, and it's cold. It's so cold.
Mhm. Oh, but Mike, it's not only like this desire to go out and ride. I told you I just got this new camera, Insta 360.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it because I decided to get into this like, motor vlogging, YouTubing and stuff like that. And I was like stoked about like, like, oh, I'm gonna go out in like a little bit of snow and get this cool footage of like me riding this sexy street fighter in the snow, and everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, you're such a badass. I'm like,
One thing that I appreciate about you.
yeah.
One thing I have to appreciate, because I think I always have this conversation with people. I always kind of, it's always like a guy and a girl thing. They always kind of show you like, struggle is a little bit different for a guy, and struggles, not that it is not challenging for a girl or whatever. At least you can recognize the fact that there's a huge benefit to you being a girl riding a bike, a Ducati bike, and you can admit it and be like, yeah, this is a positive, and this kind of is kind of gonna have a good impact for me, which is kind of cool, because a lot of people would say, no, I'm just great, I'm just good, or I just ride, or I just blah blah blah, without the intention. So I think being honest with yourself is pretty cool, and something that's, that's
Oh,
something
thank
that
you.
shouldn't go unknown, because a lot of people tend to play it off like, nah, I just ride and this happens to me. You're aware of the fact that why some of these things are happening, and you're happy about it, which is cool. I appreciate that way more than like somebody that's playing this weird line of, no, it just happened to me kind of thing.
I see. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm just looking at the some of the comments real quick here. There's quite a few people
Yeah.
here. Joe Calabrese, he actually got an opportunity to tune in. Yeah, usually we do it on how do you call it?
Sunday?
Yeah, hold on one second, okay? I totally just about to call you in your Instagram handle for a second. Stella, hold on one second, one second. Yeah, guys, I'm just looking at the comments real quick here. I have the big man. I got to call Shaq to borrow his bike. All right. My dad has a 93 Ultra Classic. I'm still too big. Maybe an Enduro. Sound like a huge dude that needs a bigger bike. We have Joe Calabrese, guys. Again, if you guys are tuning in, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It definitely helps with the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel, or even share the stream. If you're just watching it or listening to it on your drive, just let it play all the way through. All that stuff is going to help with the algorithm, and it's going to basically help get the channel back on track to where it needs to be. I'm just going to pull up some of the comments real quick here to see what I could quickly look at, because I don't want to wait very last minute to kind of do that. And also, I'm able to kind of do this really, really quickly now. So, makes my life a lot easier. There we go. Oh, quite a few going on here. All right, Governor D. Nice mentioned, I must say, Mike, the variety of guests you have on your streams are fantastic. It's really nice hearing different folks, different walks of life experience on a motorcycle. Yeah, man. There's quite a few different streams that's going on at the moment. Some people are doing very focused live stream that talks about racing, motor vlogging, or wrenching and stuff. What I wanted to kind of do is really do something that's a little bit more inclusive for everybody, all styles, whether it's a guy or a girl or someone that wrench heavy, or someone that's heavily influenced into production, which is what we spoke about last time. Or every now and then we're gonna have people that's genuinely just want to be on the stream and just chatting and just having a fun conversation. So we get a lot of those things, man. I think this is going to be a great idea for everyone. And it's going to give everybody an opportunity. Also, it'll keep things from getting boring instead of every single time we're having a uniform conversation of bikes or wrenching and stuff. So we kind of have a little bit of surprise each setup. So we have Angelo Rigolosi here. Yeah, you're looking great, Poppy. popping out nice from the background, 3D. Yeah, man, I really liked your setup last time. I thought it was a good opportunity for me to kind of make some adjustments on the setup. Let's see what I got. Buds Tussinal? Hopefully I'm saying that right, man. Just shovel the snow around my bike. Your bike is in the street? Oh my God, I'll leave it covered outside. Wow, man. I mean, not everybody has an opportunity. As long at least you have it covered. So, so that's good. What else? Yeah, I know somebody had asked something else that was pretty cool here. I wanted to pull that up. Futuristic Viper mentioned, ask her why it does. I think he meant doesn't here. Does she think we haven't seen women's brands like Maybelline or L'Oreal come out to sponsor women in motorsports?
Oh, you know, I remember there seeing a advertisement one time, like a while ago. It was a Maybelline makeup ad that had a motorcycle like racing woman, like, you know, like as a model. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see that.
It's not something that's very common. I think he meant like super mainstream, but I didn't see it. So
they used the motorcycle racing woman as a model in that advertisement.
I think you're less likely to see any of that stuff happen, especially with some of the stuff we mentioned a little bit earlier about grid girls going away and stuff like that. I think it's a difficult conversation to have regarding those things. We're seeing a lot of low-key places doing specific girl style stuff. I think Royal Enfield is running some event where it's like they contribute motorcycles to a group of girls that kind of either want to race or work on the bike and stuff like that. I think that's something that's kind of cool. As soon as I can get somebody on regarding that, I'll definitely notify you guys, and hopefully you guys get to see that as well, because I think it's a great opportunity for us to talk to girls that's part of this industry. I think a lot of us have a bit of a specific outlook on it, whether we're racing or something like that, or we're doing track days. I think seeing these corners, like super niche in the niche, is really cool. I think I'd say.
Yeah.
So Stella.
Yeah.
Let me see. I already got. There you go. So, the other thing I wanted to kind of really jump and talk to you about was about you joining YouTube, guys. So, Stella's also very excited about joining the whole YouTube thing. I think she's uploaded one video. I will link her channel on the description, so definitely check her out. I know she's fairly new, so that'd be kind of cool. Well, it's kind of cool.
It's a little embarrassing. Yeah.
Well,
I just made that with like no special skills involved. It was like I just had to have something out, so I just kind of, you know, came out with one, but it's a really crappy made. Like I'm not really proud of it, but
well, the thing is, anybody that comes on a platform where we talk, we always kind of make it worth their time also. And it's either way, people could probably see a journey of growing or being part of YouTube, whether it goes one place or the other. At least you get an opportunity to kind of show it to everyone. So definitely, I'll have her Instagram. I know you thirsty guys out here definitely gonna go and follow her. So And her YouTube channel is gonna be in the description as well, guys. Let me see here. Yeah, also if you want, definitely drop a comment on that first video she dropped. So I thought it wasn't, it was a good effort for a starter, but everybody starts somewhere. So that's definitely
Right,
cool.
yeah, but I need to put in some time to study like how to edit and like use the camera first. I just got this camera and
Don't worry, I'm
I
gonna
don't
send you
even
the
know.
Bible of how to do videos. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm messing around.
Yeah.
So any specific task that you're looking forward to for next season? I know you got the new bike. Very excited for that.
Oh,
And you spoke to me
oh
about
man.
GP. So are you gonna be going to MotoGP in April?
Oh yeah, I'm like leaning really close to going.
Hmm.
Couple of my friends are going for sure. I'm talking to a friend who I did the California trip together with.
Okay.
If he says yes, I'm like 100% going. Since last time I went to GP was like a couple of years ago before the pandemic and everything. I am interested in going again. But then, for me, the whole scene has changed. When I first started to get into MotoGP, there was Jorge Lorenzo, Rossi was also in, Andrea Dovizioso. So all these guys who I followed have retired and moved out of this sports already, So it's a little different feeling for me nowadays. Um, but since I like the sports and I've met a lot of nice people through attending these events from all over the United States. um I like making an effort to go out there to Austin, so there's a good chance I will make it. Either that or I will go do the level 2 at California Superbike School,
Okay.
because that's in May. So it's either MotoGP or that California Superbike School for level 2. Because I can't do both. It's like too expensive.
Wait, for GP or the Superbike school?
Oh, I mean, both of them together would be like a lot of money. I mean, okay, well, like for California Superbike School, I guess I could take my bike, but I don't know. Like for that, I think I'll pay more money and ride a S1000. I mean, because that's a nice bike.
So I know you just bought the Street Fighter, so I'm just gonna jump in, guys. If you're tuning in later, you're watching this later, make sure you hit the thumbs up again. Don't get sick of this because I always do it every 20 minutes. So hit the thumbs up, share the video, whatever. That'd be great. I'm just gonna be reading. We're gonna be wrapping up. I've actually held you for quite a bit, and I don't want to hold you all night talking.
It was fun. It was fun.
So I'm just gonna be going through some comments and stuff, and we can both answer people's questions together. Futuristic Viper here just mentioned that for me to ask you, who's your favorite MotoGP rider?
Oh man, this not a lot of people know, but some of my old friends know. I used to be a huge fan of Marco Simoncelli.
Okay.
Marco, I met him at like a few of the MotoGP events, and luckily I ended up staying at the same hotel with him as well, with him and his team. So we ran into each other, and like I had a lot of moments where like I got really close to him and all that stuff. So I was a big fan of him, and when he had that freak accident happen to him and died, it was a huge shock, and just it was a really the biggest shocking the moment of all this MotoGP experience, so that I was affected by it for a very long time. And what I decided to do was I got a tattoo of Marco. He had this like a trademark that he used where he uses like the head of his face with like his Afro hairstyle,
Mm-hmm.
and then that trademark will say "Raise Your Life," and I got that image from internet, and I had a friend of mine who was a tattoo artist to do the tattoo on my tummy, and that
Wait, on
tattoo
where?
is on my
Okay.
it's actually
Wait. You're good. You're good. You're good. You don't show that.
I know. I was just checking myself. It's
I
a
was
right
just saying. I'm
side.
like, what did you say for a second? You said
Yeah,
tummy, right?
because I
Okay.
forgot. Is it like left or right? But it's a right side of my tummy,
Okay.
and that's still to my to still today. It's like my favorite tattoo out of like four tattoos that I have, and I have to say he's still my favorite. I have to say he's always my favorite.
All right, so I have another question here. Good questions for you, actually. That guy Kels mentioned what bike Stella owns so far, and if she had the money, what bike would she get over all the others?
Oh,
That's all
wow.
you. Wait. You know what? I'll just read the comments, right, and then I'll just
Uh-huh.
let you guys see her even better. There you go. That's you.
Should I answer?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Oh, okay. This I think about often, but I'm like a one bike person. So, I've always had one bike. I'm happy with the Street Fighter right now. I see a lot of people who has like multiple motorcycles and they ride whatever they feel like, depending on what day. But
Are you taking
if
shots
I
at me?
could, hmm?
Are you taking shots at me when you say that?
No,
It feels like you're taking shots at
no.
me.
You're like among many people. So no.
I kid. Go ahead.
I before starting to ride Ducatis, my first motorcycle that I started on was a Buell Blast. I trained myself with that bike, and then after that bike, I got into riding CBR, like Japanese sport bikes. So for me, that was incredible. Like that was like an eye opener for me. So at that time, I rode a CBR 600, and then also Kawasaki GX6R. Both of these bikes were amazing. And after riding these two, I was like, man, like I'm a sport bike person. I gotta ride sport bike. Um, but when these bikes, both of them got stolen, um, that experience kind of like spooked me, and then you know made me to be kind of like realistic about getting these bikes in New York, and decided I need to get a bike that's not going to be easily stolen. It's not bike that wouldn't attract so much like attention and desire, because these bikes are really popular among devs. um so I went with getting the old Ducati Monster 750 that was 2002, and that's how I got myself into Ducatis, and I just never stopped. But if I could, I'm I'm really happy to get a CBR 600 again, because I had a lot of fun time with that bike. I will use it as a track bike. I think with that bike, I can, like really train myself really well to be a really good rider, possibly a racer. Yeah, that will be a bike that I really want to add to my riding if I could. Um, Other than that one, I have always said that the Ducati Monster diesel edition
Oh yeah, I've
was
seen you post that.
that used to be that used to be my dream bike before this Street Fighter. Now, like I'm like all crazy about this Street Fighter. So if I was rich enough to like have multiple motorcycles in my garage, that will be in my garage also.
You're probably just saying that for now. Once you're able, you probably pick something else. But I'm gonna read this other comment here by Joey Calabrese. He's avid here on the channel, by the way. Yo, Mike finally made it to one of these. Sure glad I did. What a lovely guest and a writer. Thank you, sir. I know.
Oh,
No,
thank
he's
you,
not.
thank
He's not
you.
talking about me. He's talking about you. Totally talking about you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, definitely throw them on. Sorry, and then we'll. Futuristic Viper mentioned here. I sure know how to get smiles on people's faces. Well, I am a bit of a ladies' man. You know, come on, it's kind of a given, brother. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Stella would agree. Man, let's see what else we got here. 5up is asking for your Instagram page. Of course, 5up is gonna ask for your Instagram page. I will personally send it to you, sir. I'm kidding. I'll definitely have it in the link also. And that guy Kel's mentioned here, fuck that. My babies are in Florida taking Sun Lucky bikes. Dude, your bikes are in Florida? They're not even with you? See, I'd have like separation anxiety if I had like to,
Oh
park
yeah,
my bike.
me too. Me too.
There was one other comment here I saw here. All right, so I'm gonna have to read this. Don't get offended because of course we have how do you call it? 5up here. He said, let's see what we got here. Damn, I love her, Mike. What the fuck, dude? Behave. Ask her if she will
Thank
wrestle
you.
me. Winner gets to
Huh?
ride the leg. What the hell, dude? Oh, he meant his leg. He has a super leggera. He has
Oh
the
my, wow.
yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he said he'll let you wrestle him. If you win, he'll get to ride a bike. Of course, Steve would say that. By the way, just a heads up, it's his personality. He doesn't mean anything offensive by that. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Let's see here. What else we got, guys? Oh, not only that, he'll let you ride his bike. Also, he's more than just a rider, by the way. He'll fix your bike. He takes everything
Oh,
apart. Yeah. He's great.
that's a plus.
Yeah, that's a plus. It's a win-win situation.
Yes.
Yo, Futuristic Viper, what kind of question is that? He said, would I ever consider getting one of my bikes wrapped in a Matrix theme? No. I love the Matrix, by the way, but no.
Yeah, me too. I love the Ducati from that movie.
Yeah, guys, so if that's pretty much it for the night, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It is a snowstorm out there. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll let Stella wrap it up. Anything you want them to know before we get out of here and stuff?
I'm happy, I'm happy to be part of this tonight. When Mike first made the suggestion that I come on, the live stream and do this, I was like all nervous. I told him like I have nothing to say, but apparently I think I had a lot to say. I was talking a lot. So Mike, thank you for making me to talk. Well, I hope everybody to, stay safe and warm in this winter, and, ride safe when the warm weather, comes towards us.
Hmm.
And, just take it easy, I guess. I should say that to myself.
I was gonna say you need to take your own suggestions on that. Stay off the road. Anytime I see that you're considering, I'm be like, "What are you doing?" You're gonna see just pop up. They're like, "Oh shit, Mike's watching. I gotta stop." Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And, I'm bikeless for a while, so did I tell you?
No, you
when
did
I
not.
dropped
What
it?
happened?
Yeah, the what is it? The gear shifter broke. So I mean, next week
it's back in the
supposedly
shop?
we're supposed to have like really nice days, like couple days. going close to 50, I think, on Friday.
Okay.
I was really like, looking forward to taking my bike out and riding, at least like, up and down the FDR and like
Well, you could
West
always
Side
take one of
Highway.
Steve's bikes. He have like 30 bikes, right?
I don't want to take a chance with somebody else's
Steve
bike.
would like that.
No, I can't. But yeah, it's not gonna happen for me next week. So I'm a little sad about it,
It's still cold, by the way. It is still pretty cold, so don't worry about it. Even
No,
though if it was,
no. If it's like over 45, it's pretty good.
yeah, I guess not so bad. Yeah, that's definitely not so bad if it is in the 40s. By the way, guys, anybody that want to throw in the very last comments, just I'm gonna wrap it up. Definitely hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the content if you're enjoying it. If you guys digging some of this stuff, let me know. I'll bring more people on, different walks of life, different styles. This is not gonna be a uniform thing, so don't join the chat and say, oh my god, it's not a racer, it's not a track person. Every week is gonna be something interesting, someone is interesting, something that's different, and we all walk away with some form of entertainment and also kind of learn about one another. I think that's kind of pretty cool instead of having a cookie cutter style thing. And also I wanted to say a huge thank you to Stella for coming in and having a great sense of humor.
It was fun.
So that was very cool, just having you on. And there's a little bit of gems in here that I really like. I think this is pretty cool. So especially about GP and then you meeting, the mechanic and stuff like that. I think a lot of cool things that people would find interesting. And I love the honesty about, a little bit of the favoritism. Again, that doesn't mean that they're not things that are favorable to me. Each walks of life tend to have their own little favoritism that works best for each other. And being good looking like how I am,
you are good looking.
Well, I can't help it. I kid, guys. I kid. Anyway, fellas, everybody that tune in, thank you so much for the night. You guys have a good night. Stella, thank you again for tuning in, guys. Catch you guys later.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Night.